Where do people like us actually meet in real life? Autism, haunting_bit 3063. Hey, you, haunting_bit 3063. Thank you for your post at autism. Our rules can be found here. https www.reddit.com/r/autism/wiki/config/sidebar. All approved posts get this message. If you do not see your post, you can message the moderators here. https www.reddit.com/message/compose 2=%2fr%2fautism. Thanks. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message compose 2=r/autism if you have any questions or concerns. Auto moderator 1. My local library. Very friendly staff, quiet, and a friendly cat to pet. Autistic Wolf 24577 1. I meet other autistic people in the classes I take. Sewing, stained glass, art. There are a fair number of autistic people in creative spheres. I also meet ADHD people. Straight _cat lady 1. Kind of like others have said. Lean into your special interests. Go to stores and/or events. You will find us. If there's any kind of convention near you, you'll find droves of us. Good band name 1. I met most of my friends because I spotted them doing weird things. Like lying on the sidewalk at night. I was walking, spotted a person on the ground in the middle of the city. Went up to check if they're alive. I asked, "Hey, are you okay?" Dude said, "Yeah, I'm great." So I asked, "Why are you lying on the sidewalk?" Quote, "I'm stargazing," he said. I looked up and the sky was looking like it usually does. You can see stars. But not really well. It's still the middle of a city. You know, light pollution and stuff. He said, "Look over there," and pointed his finger at the sky. Venus is shining really bright tonight. It's cool. And yeah, indeed, Venus was shining really bright. I asked if I can join him. He agreed, so I lied down on the sidewalk next to him. I reached to my backpack, where I had a few lollipops. I always have a few lollipops or other candy with me. And we shared. We were lying there, on a sidewalk by a shopping mall in the middle of the city, looking at stars, talking about things and sucking on lollipops. Another friend. Well, I was going back home from train station. It was also night already. Like 2 a.m. I was just walking past him, as he was standing in front of apartment building and smoking a cigarette. He said, "Hey." I said, "Hey, do you want to know something about fungi?" "What kind of fungi?" "Like champignons. Vaginal yeast are the kind that causes feet infections. All of them. I've spent the whole day studying fungi." "Ah, yeah, sure. Tell me about it." We started talking about all kinds of fungi. Stood there for an hour. And then he asked, "Do you want to come to mine? I have a bottle of wine." "Sure," I said. As he was unlocking the door, he looked at me and asked, "Are you a serial killer?" "Not serial," I joked. "You were supposed to say no. But that makes two of us." We went to his apartment and until 5 a.m. we were drinking wine, info dumping at each other, lurking Wikipedia and dramatically reading poetry out loud to each other. Meeting a few friends like that made me realize that I'm not the only weirdo out there. And the only way to find good friends is to really just be yourself. Most people will hate you or won't care about you. But people like you will spot you in the wild. So I started being more confident and unapologetically myself, approaching people and sharing fun facts. The success rate is still pretty low, but my friends are of the best quality, making me feel comfortable and safe. And I do the same for them. Acidline 1. Wherever the extrovert who adopts you drags you. Endless potatoes 1. the zoo apparently. Like all my co-workers and most of the visitors all seem to be neurodivergent. 365 draw. 1. Good question. I have no idea lol. I wish I knew the answer. But I don't like going outside as I kinda have social anxiety. I have 0 friends in real life and it's depressing. Henria UT. 1. Anyone else hate polite language? Autism. OK Bluejay 6701. Hey, you, OK Bluejay 6701. Thank you for your post at autism. Our rules can be found here. https www.reddit.com/r/autism/wiki/config/sidebar. All approved posts get this message. If you do not see your post, you can message the moderators here. https www.reddit.com/message/compose 2 equals %2fr%2 fautism. Thanks. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message compose 2 equals r autism if you have any questions or concerns. Auto moderator 1. On the contrary, I am very happy they exist. It means I can be sure I am saying the right thing for once. And I feel like I can offset at least some of the coming across as cold, scary, or serious that people always complain about by saying a few small friendly words. Give me oral. 1. Greater than when it's a situation where you are truly thankful or something, then it's okay. But I would be thankful if someone noticed me coming to a door and was considerate enough to hold it open for me. I am a man. So that has happened about 2 times in my life. So it's not common either. And asterisk definitely not overused. Someone who does me the little niceties in life without being forced to is someone I want to appreciate. In the same vein, I do try to be that kind of person. And always am happy to get a little nod of acknowledgement that someone did notice me going out of my way to make things a mite smoother for them. But then, I am not living in a society that uses please and thank you or compliments as filler. So maybe there is a cultural difference. When someone thanks me, there usually is a reason they do. And it is nice to receive. The _ Corvair. 1. Why assume it means nothing? Can a stranger not be appreciative you took time out of your day for a small kindness? I genuinely don't understand your perspective and would like to quote, where is my dragon? 1. Trust me, when you get treated like shit for 20 or so years, you get a real appreciation for people holding a door open for you instead of slamming it shut in your face. Also, as others have pointed out, even if you don't appreciate small acts of kindness, having autism isn't an excuse to be an asshole. The people have their social etiquette, and it takes little effort to follow along just for the sake of less confrontation. XA 0 inches. 0 WL man. 1. Maybe start to find gratitude in the small things. If someone holds the door open for me, I say thank you because I am grateful they took the time to notice I was coming in, stop what they were doing, and took the time to hold it open. It's a small yet impactful kindness. Without gratitude, others are less inclined to be kind because they feel as though they are unappreciated. Abel Cod 3180. 1. No, I strongly disagree on this one. Autism or not, please, thank you, and you're welcome is nothing less than common courtesy and general manners. Emo negating to use them is nothing short of ignorant. Why would you not be thankful when somebody holds a door for you? How is an acknowledgement of a polite gesture from another person disingenuous? It is a different argument if autism prevents you from interacting. But choosing to straight up disregard manners is nothing short of rude. Professional hero. 1. I mean, I find etiquette annoying because I don't understand it. Like, why do I have to hold a knife and fork a specific way? What's wrong with putting your elbows on the table? I just don't see how any of this is rude tbh. T-Lines 06. 1. 29-year-old physically healthy Dutch woman with autism dies by assisted suicide. Autism. Counter Oak 8444. 4. Hey, you, Counter Oak 8444. Thank you for your post at autism. Our rules can be found here. https www.reddit.com/r/autism/wiki/config/sidebar. All approved posts get this message. If you do not see your post, you can message the moderators here. https www.reddit.com/message/compose 2=%2fr%2fautism. Thanks. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message compose 2=r/autism if you have any questions or concerns. Auto moderator 1. This story resonates a lot because I got diagnosed at age 35. I am 39 now. Have I thought about suicide? A lot. I had multiple attempts in later childhood and adolescence. I grew up in a very abusive household and with multiple unaddressed health issues. Last year, I had planned to take my life. My health has declined. I had to go no contact with my last family member. After significant betrayal, was in a medical trial that was just awful. And I was just done. Done struggling. Done fighting. I planned on October 31st. I didn't really want to die. Just to stop fucking suffering. What kept me is two things. 1. How would I explain it to my cats? Like they would be so sad. And I know nobody would brush my Kevin as often as I do. Point 2. Someone would have to find my body. I was a first responder before becoming medically disabled, and I saw some shit. And I wouldn't want anyone else to experience the trauma of it all. Once I realized why I was there. Recovering from burnout, delayed processing of traumatic events, delayed grief over being medically retired, and increased my therapies to include childhood trauma and somatic experiencing. On top of individual, I feel mentally in a better spot. Next_District 4688. 1. I'm going to think out loud since I am optimistic. Autism can suck. But at the end of the day, we're talking monkeys on a floating rock. We're pretty fucking cool. There's a lot to see. I love the way my autism makes me see the world differently. I love the heightened sensations. I love the deepened bonds with animals. You're doing great. Take care of yourself however you can. Because the world needs you in it more than you know. Winterbear 9987. 1. I am far better than I was when I was undiagnosed, for sure, where I was deeply stressed out. Hated myself. Regularly deeply depressed and suicidal. Overworked to the bone and underpaid like crazy because I enjoy helping out and was using work as a distraction. But I still do wish it was acceptable and far less taboo, where people around us, especially our loved ones, could accept and recognize that some of us really don't want to be here. Sentience and awareness is exhausting, and that nice endless sleep sounds so very peaceful. We humans kill unfathomable quantities of animals that communicate with each other and possess empathy each year. About 80 billion for food, but who knows how many due to habitat destruction and effects of pollution or other anthropogenic factors. Thinking nothing of it and believing that's just normal, and when some people simply wish to end their existence and no longer be here, people freak out. Finally free 1990. 1. In order to be approved, you have to have multiple severe conditions that do not improve after trying every available treatment. It was almost certainly not a decision made lightly. And is not just because she is autistic. Just FYI. It's _subject A1. 1. Autism was only one of many things that lead to this woman wanting to die. The most positive thing that I can say here is that she only chose to die because her conditions were completely unresponsive to all known treatments, and while the conditions themselves might not be, that resistance is unusual. If you suffer from any of the same problems, it's almost certain that some form of treatment will work. Tobuz Kusuperfan 69. 1. I attempted suicide when I was 12, and have contemplated going to the Netherlands or somewhere that allows it to get assisted suicide. On several occasions. Contemporary society is pretty toxic, and I've lived longer than I ever expected, hoped to. I've been fighting through depression for 30+ years and nothing seems to make it any better. Just a regular God. 1 Question. Is there any part of autism that involves excessively lying? I ask this as someone with Asperger's who has had to deal with autistic people in the past who lie a lot. Autism. _Fox_39. Hey, you, _Fox_39. Thank you for your post at autism. Our rules can be found here. https www.reddit.com/r/autism/wiki/config/sidebar. All approved posts get this message. If you do not see your post, you can message the moderators here. https www.reddit.com/message/compose 2=%2fr%2fautism. Thanks. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message compose 2=r/autism if you have any questions or concerns. Auto moderator 1. I find this an interesting question because in general autistic people are kind of famously bad at lying and prefer objective truth. I do not excel at lying, but everyone experiments with it to a degree, and some people downright are pathological with it, and you want to find a reason why. You may be creating a correlation that's just coincidence. Trying to make sense of something you just don't like. If someone pathologically lies and is autistic, the way they lie may be affected by their autism, and the fact that you know they lie might be because of their autism, but the lying itself isn't because of autism. Engineer me. Thanks. 1. I used to lie a lot because I felt like my problems were not enough to justify how bad I was feeling. I do not have anything else to say. Samtastico 1. Lying about what? My grandma always said people only lie when they're afraid. Baby possums in a basket. 1. When I was younger, I used to lie a lot, but I also didn't know I was autistic back then. And trying to explain things I didn't have answers for, I have to avoid them. Or like, I couldn't be upset or feel sad because I had to have a reason to be sad. And I chose to be upset or mad. Or I was in the wrong if I was mad. Or saying something that was a legit truth or fact but not understanding I shouldn't say that truth. Being raised with an ND brain was confusing. And lying and hiding stuff seemed to be the only way I could exist with the fewest problems. Eventually, I got too burnt out and numb inside that I decreased how much I lied because I didn't care. And found that it was a lot easier to be honest or omit. But for a while now, they definitely become much more honest and open. Master_Jelly 317. 1. Sometimes I lie when masking. Like if I miss class due to a meltdown. I tell my teacher I was sick. My teachers must think I have a terrible immune system. Nearabel 1. I don't lie. I tried when I was younger and I was terrible at it then. As I would be now. Good liars scare me, so I tend to avoid them. We like buttered toast. 1. No, there's nothing in the diagnostic criteria that would result in someone lying. If someone is a compulsive pathological liar, That's its own diagnosis. And if it's not that, then it's because they've had something in their past and possible in their present that makes them believe they need to lie to protect themselves. 594,896,582. 1.